Hey y'all, welcome back. We've got another wild moment in the Vallow Daybell saga. Like I stated in my last video, she tried to call Nate Eaton, yes, the journalist covering her trial, as a witness, and the judge shut it down. Why did Lori want a reporter on the stand? What was she trying to prove? And most importantly, was this even a smart move? Spoiler alert, it was not. Let's get into it. All right, so Lori, who's representing herself, because of course she is, tried to add EastIdahoNews.com's Nate Eaton to her witness list. Her argument? She claimed Eaton had interviewed multiple witnesses who are set to testify, so she needed him to lay a foundation to impeach them. In other words, she wanted to use his past interviews to catch witnesses in contradictions and possibly discredit their testimony. Now, on paper, that might sound like a clever move. In reality, absolutely not. Here's why. First of all, press freedom is a thing. Reporters are there to cover the trial, not become part of it. Second, this is Nate Eaton we're talking about. This man has been in the trenches covering this case since day one. He's interviewed family members, tracked down records, and basically knows more about this case than some of the people testifying. But that doesn't make him a witness. That makes him a reporter. And third, this looked real bad on Lori's part. If your legal strategy involves dragging the press onto the stand, you might want to rethink your entire approach. The judge took one look at this nonsense and said, nope. Eaton has been removed from the witness list, which means he's staying in the courtroom to report on the trial. He won't be forced to testify. The First Amendment wins again. And speaking of First Amendment, Eaton's legal team wasn't playing around. They argued that forcing a journalist to testify in a criminal trial violates press freedom, and the judge agreed. His attorney, Matthew Kelly, made it clear. The judge's ruling today recognized that Nate Eaton, like all journalists, has a First Amendment right to attend and report on the proceedings in a public trial. Translation? Nice try, Lori. But the court isn't letting you turn a journalist into your defense strategy. So what does this decision actually mean going forward? The press is protected. This ruling reinforces that journalists covering a trial don't just magically become part of it. Lori's strategy? Not looking great. If she thought this was her big move, she's going to need Plan B. The trial can move forward without distractions. Imagine if every criminal defendant could just subpoena reporters covering their case. Yeah, chaos. The judge just prevented that from happening. And most importantly, Nate Eaton stays right where he belongs, covering this trial and keeping us all informed. So what are my final thoughts on this? Lori Vallow tried to drag a journalist onto the witness stand. The judge shut that down. The First Amendment remains undefeated. Lori's legal strategy is as chaotic as ever. And with that, we're one step closer to this trial actually moving forward without distractions. Let me know in the comments, was this just another delay tactic? Or do you think Lori genuinely believed this would help her case? Either way, I'll be back with more updates. I'll be doing the latest hearing that happened earlier today. I believe that this part was more important for me to put as a side note by itself, but I'm going to go back and go over all of the hearing from the beginning. So I'll be back with more updates. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.